It took almost 40 years, but tonight the mystery of what happened to a missing teen is solved.
Andrew Greer was just 15 when he vanished back in 1979. His mom reported him missing in Addison, Michigan. Well, now, decades later, he's a DNA match for a boy buried hundreds of miles away in Macon, Georgia.
7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig has been talking to relatives and joins us live. Kim, we understand the news comes too late for his biological parents?
Yes, Dave and Carolyn. Unfortunately, his parents passed away. His mom, Joyce, died just about a year ago, never knowing what happened to Andrew.
We have gone 40 years, and we should have known 2 days after it happened.
Mitchell Bowman says when his 15-year-old stepson Andrew didn't come home from Addison High on February 12, 1979, they tried to have him reported missing.
We talked to the state police the night he disappeared. They said they wouldn't investigate it for 3 or 4 days because he'd probably show up.
But he never did, and as decades passed, Andrew's dad died and then his mom, never knowing that he was killed in an accident just 2 days after he went missing nearly 40 years ago. Mitchell Bowman is Andrew's stepdad.
Well, I think it would have meant the world because they were suspects. I mean, his dad wasn't, but she was. I was. You know, we all were. You know, they were looking for answers.
James Bowman, who was 4 when his brother went missing, helped get the case reopened in 2014. And then thanks to an article written by the Daily Telegram's Daniel Cherry and the work of Michigan State Police Sergeant Larry Rothman and retired Bibb County Sheriff Deputy Anthony Strickland, the case began to come together. And they finally learned that 2 days after leaving Michigan, Andrew had made it to Georgia, but was accidentally hit and killed by a semi. He was buried as a John Doe. All he had in his pockets, some candy wrappers and a note.
He did have a piece of paper in his back pocket that he was given, that a truck driver that picked him up and took him to, dropped him off in Macon, Georgia, gave him his name and number, and that was in his back pocket.
And investigators made a note in 1979 that the driver said the kid told him he was from Michigan and his name may be Drew Greer.
Had it not been for that, we'd have never known.
And Andrew's stepdad and his brothers plan to travel to Georgia soon to pick up his remains and finally bring him home. Reporting live, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
Kim, thank you.